Maybe blind spots in your life. You cannot see it because you are all wrapped up in this thing called love. You cannot see anything or any danger. But if you listen, you will learn one or two things. For those of you who are going through struggles in your marriage right now, it feels like the whole world is falling apart. You feel like your life has come to a standstill. You're stuck and thinking, what can I do? Can I get out of this or what? Am I going to lose my life because of this? You're asking yourself a number of questions. There is no more peace, but torment now is part of your life, and now you cannot live with you living without peace, and this is haunting you day in and day out. You're wondering what you can do. Here you will learn one or two things that will help you. I want to carry on talking about bitterness. Bitterness is one of those things that can constitute a great, or in my view, a greatest barrier to your healing after divorce, because you have to heal after divorce. That is, maybe find a sport of some kind. If I don't know if you do sports, for men out there, for women, find a sport. It's because this situation is really taxing at all level. Your mental, your spiritual, your physical, you are going to be taxed to the max. So if your body is not strong to deal with this, it can lead to some other issues. So
regardez notre nation. Regardons bien notre pays. Dieu nous a bénis avec ces grands pays. L'envie de tous les peuples, tous les pays. Les gens parlent que de notre pays en bien. Mais la majorité des temps, c'est nous les Congolais, en principe, qui parlent en mal. Non. Que voyons-nous pour notre pays, la RDC? Que voyons-nous pour notre pays, la RDC? Dieu nous a bénis. Dieu nous a donné cette terre. Que voyons-nous? Parce qu'il y a certaines personnes, pour eux, c'est toujours en Europe. C'est là où il y a la vie.
Nicholas, I want to minister to you. I feel the Spirit of the Lord is speaking to me right now. Even before the foundation of the world, you're going to call yourself, I called you. And on the inside of you are planted dreams and visions. But the Lord said this is a strategic timing for you. You tear down mindsets. You tear down strongholds. And you change the thinking of my people. The Lord said give me the days to come. I want to give you open doors for you.
hello and welcome to my channel. I hope for those of you who have been watching the videos that I've been putting out there, you have been blessed. In this series, I'm talking about divorce. And that is because I am going through a divorce and I have experienced a lot of things. Now, I tell you, when I was getting married, I never knew. Even just growing up, I never thought that one day I will be divorced. But I've looked and I've asked myself many questions. And I had to deal with the consequences of it. But believe you me, God is there to help all of us as we go through our difficult moments. I have written a book, and out of that book, I am producing this series in the hope that it will help you, the person who's watching. Whether you are married, whether you are single planning to get married, you'll learn one or two things here that will help you so you can avoid this thing called divorce. Because right now, there are maybe blind spots in your life. You cannot see it because you are all wrapped up in this thing called love. You cannot see anything or any danger. But if you listen, you will learn one or two things. For those of you who are going through struggles in your marriage right now, it feels like the whole world is falling apart. You feel like your life has come to a standstill. You're stuck and thinking, what can I do? Can I get out of this or what? Am I going to lose my life because of this? You're asking yourself a number of questions. There is no more peace, but torment now is part of your life, and now you cannot live with you living without peace, and this is haunting you day in and day out. You're wondering what you can do. here you will learn one or two things that will help you. So please bear with me. On this channel, I want to ask you, if you haven't yet subscribed, please do subscribe. Share this with other people. Give me your comments. Let's talk. This is really a good topic, and I think many will be blessed by listening to this. So today, I want to carry on talking about bitterness. Bitterness is one of those things that can constitute a great, or in my view, a greatest barrier to your healing after divorce, because you have to heal after divorce. It's you're wounded. Divorce lives behind wounds, and unless those wounds are healed, we cannot move on with our lives. And it's so important that we talk about this. It's so important that we address this, because if we don't, and I tell you, it's not a good thing. And that's the reason why I needed to produce another video, just so I can deal with this healing from bitterness. I've spoken to many people in my life as a preacher, as someone who has ministered to a lot of people. Have come across a lot of people who have gone through difficult times. Even before I was married myself, I came across family situation and marriage situation in which, even though I didn't have a lot of experience, but just from the little that I know, or I knew from the scriptures, I was able to help people. And I knew a little bit about what happens in a marriage settings. And I've seen people who have gone their separate ways. And I've seen how bitterness has been stopping the people from moving forward or achieving the healing that they need from God. People need to heal after divorce. How many people out there are depressed right now? How many people out there feeling they're stuck? How many people out there feeling that their lives are shattered? Especially men. Men, when they get, because most of the time, they're the ones that have to leave the house. They're the ones that have to go and find somewhere to live and restart their lives and try to move on and so on and so. I'm not saying men are right. No. I'm saying that they are the ones that they have to leave their house most of the time, and they have to restart everything all over again. I repeat myself, I'm not saying men are right. I'm just saying that they can fall easily into depression. They have no children around them. They have many, I don't know, but maybe I'm just basically speaking out of my own experience. But listen, either way, I want you to know this. I want you to know bitterness will stop you from healing. One of the greatest danger after divorce is bitterness. Hebrews 12:15 warns this. See to it that no one falls short of the grace of God, and that no bitterness roots grows up to cause trouble and defile many. I repeat again. See to it that no one falls short of the grace of God, and that no bitterness roots grows up to cause trouble and defile many. Bitterness chains the heart to the past. Bitterness chains the heart to the past. Forgiveness, though painful, is the key to freedom. Forgiving does not mean excusing the wrong or denying the hurt. It means entrusting justice to God and choosing release over resentment. Let me go over it one more time. Forgiving does not mean excusing the wrong or denying the hurt. It means entrusting justice to God and choosing release over resentment. Now, you need to walk forward in wholeness. You need to walk forward in wholeness. I tell you what, it is hard. It is hard. Divorce is, when I'm saying hard, I mean divorce can hit you. It's hard. It's one of those painful things to deal with. Healing is a journey, not an event. Okay, healing is a journey, not an event. It often involves spiritual renewal, returning daily to God's word and presence, community support, surrounding yourself with believers who encourage and uplift you. Practical steps, counseling, accountability, healthy routines that restore stability. You need these things in your life. Now, when you go through something like divorce, I don't know about you, but some people, instead of running to God, they run away from God. They feel like, where was God when I was going through all of this? Where was God when all this was happening to me? So they close the doors of their hearts to God and they wallow in different things, or they begin to engage in things that are not going to help them at all. What I'm saying here is that God is supposed to be your first point of call. You go to him and just stay in God's presence, in his word, and allow his presence to bring about the healing that you need. You need the community support, the people around you. And many people, you have your family, you have your friends. Now, one of the things I do know, it can happen in marriage setting or in family where you have been away from your family, you have deserted your family as a result of your relationship maybe with your partner, and that I don't know, things can happen a lot. But all I'm trying to say is, if you were far from your family, please don't feel ashamed to come to your family when things happen, because they're there for you. They are there, your family. They are your support. They're supposed to be there to help you and uplift you. Don't be embarrassed. Don't feel like, oh gosh, when things were going right, I wasn't with them. Shall I go back? No. They're your family. I'm hoping, put it that way, that your family will receive you. But 90% of the time, I know that they will open their arms and welcome you back, and they will support you. We're there. It's very important to know that family support is very important in times like this. And like I said, the practical steps is counseling. Seek counseling. Get people to talk to someone, okay? Talk to someone who can listen to you and just explore options that can really help you to bring about the restoration that you need. And be accountable to someone. That also involves you talking to someone who's watching over you, someone who's interacting with you while you're going through this very process. It is very, very helpful. And also have a healthy routine. That is, maybe find a sport of some kind. I don't know if you do sports, for men out there, for women, find a sport. It's because this situation is really taxing at all level. Your mental, your spiritual, your physical, you are going to be taxed to the max. So if your body is not strong to deal with this, it can lead to some other issues. So therefore, my advice is also find you a sport that you do enjoy and begin to practice that sport. It's very, very important you do that every day if you can. Maybe 5 days a week, or begin with maybe 2 days or 3 days a week, and then just see progressively how you can adapt your life around it, because you need that. You need to get the fresh air. You need to be jogging outside. You need to maybe, I don't know what sports you enjoy, but try to do it. It's very, very important. You need a strong body to deal with all that is happening in your mind and psychic. This is very, very important. Isaiah 61:3 says this: God will bestow on the brokenhearted a crown of beauty instead of ashes, the oil of joy instead of mourning, and a garment of praise instead of the spirit of heaviness. This is God's heart for his children. This is Isaiah 61 verse 3. God will bestow upon the brokenhearted a crown of beauty. Are you brokenhearted? Then this is for you. A crown of beauty instead of ashes. The oil of joy instead of mourning. You've been mourning for too long. God is about to pour an oil of joy on you, and the garment of praise instead of the spirit of heaviness. You need to get to a stage by God's grace where you begin to see that all things work together for good to them that love the Lord, and begins to have an attitude of gratitude towards God. And this will lift that spirit of heaviness or depression, because depression is a spirit of heaviness. So this is God's heart for his children, not to leave them in ashes, but to rebuild them into testimonies of grace. Time is gone. Time flies, you have no idea. But I'm going to bring this to an end. Divorce is a valley, but it's not the end of the journey. Divorce is a valley, but it's not the end of the journey. God specializes in restoration. I love this. God specializes in restoration. He draws near to the brokenhearted. You don't know how God feels when people are down and depressed. He's closer to them than they may realize. God is closer to me than I may realize. Every day when I get up, I yield to that love, the presence of God that is bringing that restoration in my own life. I want you to know that God is closer to you. If you have gone through this, God is closer to you. He draws near to the brokenhearted, heals their wounds, and gives them new hope. God will give you hope. I don't know what that hope would look like, but God will certainly give you hope. You can trust in that. For every person carrying the scars of divorce, hear this truth. If you are carrying the scars of divorce, I want you to hear this. You are not beyond God's healing hand. You are not beyond God's healing hand. The covenant may be broken, but your life is not. The covenant may be broken, but your life is not. And your life is greater than your marriage. You need to know this. Your life is bigger, greater than your marriage. And marriage, while it is only a temporary situation here, earthly bound, has nothing to do with your eternity. And that in itself is a consolation. You're not going to say in that dimension where when we're out of the body, you're not going to be in that dimension saying, oh, that's my wife. Oh, that's my husband. Let's get together again. None of that doesn't exist in that dimension. We're only dealing with it here in this dimension here, the physical dimension that we live in. It's very, very important for you to, it's temporary. And if it comes to an end, God forbid, but if it does, then don't think your life has come to an end. The covenant may be broken, but your life is not. The God who redeems can turn even the most painful chapters into a story of his glory. So let's trust God. I hope you'll find not only consolation, but you'll find hope. You'll find encouragement in what we've just shared here. I don't know what you're going through, but I hope you do find a level of peace. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. Share this with other people. And God bless you. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye for now.